We're at the top of the hour, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And for all of you joining us, just so that you are aware, if you're joining us right now, for any reason you needed to leave or you wanted to go back and re-watch something, we're always streaming these on Facebook Live. And then it'll also be available on our Lead Up for Women YouTube channel. So we're going to have a lot more ladies jumping on. We've had some hop on and hop off, so they must have had a connection issue. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Colleen Biggs. For those of you who aren't familiar with who I am the founder of Lead Up for Women, and we provide these platforms for our members to be able to come forward, bring their genius and their industry and what they do, and teach all of us so that we can learn more and more and more and have tools in our toolbox for when we need them. So we're all at different stages in our business, but what I love about these platforms is the members be able to step into the spotlight and get more exposure in front of you, but it's also for our community to learn and grow. So if you are not yet a member of Lead Up for Women, I'll put that link in the chat for you to go ahead and look into our memberships of becoming a member and having this platform for yourself, in addition to, of course, all of our other platforms, which would be our magazine, our podcast, our Member Monday Spotlights, our Thrive Thursday Spotlights, Lunch and Learns, you name it. They just go on and on and on. So let me go ahead and introduce who's going to be joining us today. And Jill Lublin and I met about a year and a half ago, I think it's been now. I actually don't even know how long it's been, at a networking event. And since then, we've met several people that have connected us. And I've been able to be part of a lot of Jill's courses and things that she does. So, you know, she's a genius in the publicity area, the PR area. And that's an area that I wasn't very strong in, right? We all have our skill sets of what we do really well. And that wasn't a really strong skill set of mine. So I've taken her publicity crash courses. I've gone through everything that she offers because I want to learn more of how I can make an impact and really get my name out there and be in the media more. So that's why I'm happy that she's here today, because this is something that all of our businesses need, really, no matter what level we're at. This is something that if you're not being seen, you're not being heard, and you're not being visible, you're in the shadows and you're bankrupt, you're overlooked. That's just the way it happens. You know, so what can you do to get out there to be seen and be heard more? And today Jill's going to tell us all about that. She obviously, you can tell from behind her, she's an author, she's a speaker, she's been on every TV show. I don't even know what she hasn't been on, actually. So I'll let her tell a little bit more about her. But really, I just wanted you to know why I appreciate Jill. She has kindness circles. She leads kindness. There's so much about her heart that I love and adore. So Jill, welcome to our Teaching Tuesday today.
I am delighted to be here, Colleen, and you are amazing, just saying. So I just love working with you, being part of the Lead Up for Women community, and so glad to be here with all of you today. And so, Mary Beth, go ahead and put up the first slide. And I want to tell you a little bit about how things are going. This is some of my background, and you can read more about where I've spoken and different media I've been on. But you know, I want to say I'm really here for you today, and I want to help you create your visibility, your media. And I want to tell you a little bit about how things are going to go. So I'm going to pour some content into you and with you. I do want some interaction with you. So I'm going to ask you to post some things in the chat. Toward the end of my presentation, I'm going to let you know how you can continue to work with me, and then I'm going to go on to some hot seats with you. So I just want to let you know the general flow. Please feel free to post questions in the chat is terrific. And then definitely play with me as we go into different parts of the chat. Again, I'm just so glad to be here with all of you today because I am so passionate about publicity, and what I know is the power of it to bring life to your projects, to magnetize your message, to monetize your message, to magnify your message. And so, ladies, even if you're afraid to blow your own horn, I want to help you blow your own horn, even if you feel like it's a kazoo. Because after today, you're going to feel more like a magnificent trumpet. In fact, did you notice my kazoo is the same color as Colleen's shirt. That's pretty cool. I didn't even plan that. So I want to help you become a star today. And for you to be a star, it's really about focusing in on your message. And today we'll support you with that. So go ahead to the next, Mary Beth, because, my friend P.T. Barnum said it best, and that is a terrible thing happens without publicity. Nothing. And that's the concern because, write this down and be sure you're taking notes today because I'm going to give you lots of great things that you're going to want to remember. And that is, first thing is that publicity equals influence equals impact. And I want to know from you, I want you to start posting in the chat right now, please. And I want to know from you, what do you think publicity does for you? Go ahead, post it in the chat. Let's take a look. So glad you're here live with me. Those listening later, be thinking about this right now. What does publicity do for you? Let's check it out. Go ahead and type that in the chat, please. It's terrific. Thank you. It gets to know each other in circles that you wouldn't reach otherwise. Absolutely. Exposure, Rocio. Yes, thank you. Go ahead and type it in the chat. What does publicity do for you? Gives you visibility. Yes. It's the know part of who you are. Yes. It's the know, like, and trust. Yes. Because trust, Mary, is actually one of the big things publicity does. And Veronica absolutely gives you visibility and introduces you to the public. And Rosia, yes, creates an image of who you are. And Helen showing up so that others see you. Like, yes, we need to be seen and heard. And Monica to be known. Absolutely. Thank you. Teresa, after a while, it helps you build confidence. Teresa, what I've noticed in people that I've worked with and some of my message piece today, when you get your message right, your confidence will be awesome. And you will have confidence because you know your message. Mary, yes, creates more brand awareness. Thank you. Absolutely. And also shows how you're impacting the community. Absolutely. Thank you, Mary. Yes. Be known, be seen, be heard, right? And I'm going to give you a fun list that we compiled of what publicity has done for you and will do for you. One is, and I didn't quite see this in any of your comments, so I'm just going to say, I want you ladies to make more money. And so what I know about publicity, having been in this for close to 30 years, working with hundreds of thousands of people, is that publicity brings you more ROI. In fact, high ROI, return on investment. And it gives you increased prospects and makes you more money. Yes, gives you sales, gives you, and one of you mentioned it, trust. That trust factor is important. Gives you more credibility and more visibility. Some of you said some of these, but I wanted to put them in one list so you can have all of them in one arena. Makes you more money. And you know what? It saves you more money. Mary, you said cheaper than advertising. You bet. Because publicity is free and it's going to get you the exposure. Many of you said that in the marketplace. So I thought this was a good hit list for what publicity does and how it will help you and impact you continuously. So write this down if you haven't yet. Publicity equals influence equals impact, because that's the power of publicity. And I know, raise your hand if you'd like to have more impact. Raise your hand. I can see you. Let me see. Raise your hand if you'd like to have more impact. Yes, thank you. Because I want you to have that kind of influence. And what I know about the power of publicity is it has that. In fact, if I had a magic wand, oh, look, I have a magic wand. And what I want you, I keep these, by the side of my desk. Girl never knows when she's going to need a magic wand, right? Because I want your star to rise. And when you're doing your publicity, your star accelerates, right? And point yourself right now and say, I am an expert. Come on, I can see you. Point yourself right now and say, I am an expert. Thank you. Go ahead next, Mary Beth. And so I want you to start planning your publicity garden. So you plant it 3, 6, and 9 months ahead. So there's is like right now you're planting your seeds. There might be something coming up right now. And in fact, in just in a little bit, I'm going to show you some great topics that you can get publicity on right now. And then I want you to plant your seeds for 3, 6, and 9 months ahead, because media does work ahead. So that's something to know that will absolutely help all of you. Okay, so as we're looking at the power of who you are, these, I just wanted to show you, these are some books. One of the things I help people do for many years, 18 years now, is get major book deals. And these are 2 people I got major book deals on Simon and Schuster. They're coaches and CEOs and consultants. One of the reasons that Simon and Schuster picked them is because they have the influence, right? And so it doesn't matter whether you want to have a book or not, because you want to sell more product. You want people to work with you whether you're a coach, a consultant, if you're a nonprofit, you want people to join you, right? And the power of what publicity does is it brings people into you. Go ahead. So here's what it's all about, the publicity. It's all about your message. Go ahead and type in the chat, please. What are the first 2 letters of the word message? Go ahead and type it in the chat. First one. Yay, Veronica. You get a gold star. Helen, you get a gold star. Mary, you get a gold star. Colleen, you get a gold star. And you know what's funny? I feel like Oprah right now. Remember when she goes, you get a car, you get a car. All right, so I get to give away gold stars to all of you. What's the last 4 letters of the word message? Last 4 letters of the word message. What is it? Type it in the chat. Go ahead. Sage, Mary, gold star to you. Veronica, gold star to you. Helen, gold star to you. All of you deserve a gold star today because you are sage. Thank you, Mary. In the word message is me, sage. Isn't that interesting? In the word, give me a double thumbs up if you think that's interesting, because I certainly do. In the word message, Monica, do you think it's interesting? Not seeing those double thumbs up quite? Come on. Yes, double thumbs up, because in the word message is me, sage. Now, my friends, I want you to do me a favor, and I just want to make sure I can see all of you. Raise your hands if you think that you solve problems in the marketplace. Raise your hand. Keep them up just so I can, because I'm scrolling through. I want to see you. I want to make sure that you're solving. Thank you. Beautiful. Helen? Yeah? Okay, good. Yes. Joyce, how about you? Whoop. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yes. Thank you. You are all solving problems in the marketplace. And so this is a really simple, wonderful formula. By the way, you know when you make things simple is when you know it really well and you put it in 5-year-old language, my friends, and then it gets translated to your wonderful audience. So here's a great formula, really simple. Be sure you're taking notes because you want to translate this to you. And that is, you give the media, this is for the media, this is your media message. And what's super great about this is you can actually leave it in your social media. You can use it in your introductions. You can use it in your email. My friends, you can use this wonderful formula in many other venues, including as you're telling people all about you. So for instance, you would say, the problem today is, and by the way, when we get to the hot seat part, I want to actually practice this with some of you. Who would like to practice this with me? Come on, raise your hand so I can see you. Come on, raise your hand. Oh, you want to practice with me. Oh, good, Monica, I see you. Is there someone else raising their hand? Raise your hand in the reactions too. That helps me because then I can really see that. Mary, is that I'm raising my hands or I'm scratching my chin? You're raising your hand? Okay, beautiful. Because I do want to actually practice with some of you to actually make this and help you get your message out. So here's what you're going to fill in. The problem today is, and then gives 3 solutions. Okay, so let me demonstrate this for you. This is actually my message. This is when, most media interviews, I'm going to tell you, ladies, are 4 to 5 minutes. Like, that's it. Very quick, very fast. You want to be ready. You want to be dynamic and and easy and simple so that your message gets out there quickly. So here's what I would say. And write some notes, because here are thousands of dollars of PR advice coming right at you right now. And when you speak your message, I want you to do the same. I want you to give value. I want you to give benefit. Yes, yes. Give me a double thumbs up if you want to give value and benefit to people. Yes, thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. Thank you, Teresa. Saw that. So the problem today is 4 out of 5 businesses will go out of business because you have no clue how to create publicity without spending a fortune. I want to give you 3 guerrilla publicity tips today for how to get your message in the media. The first way to get noticed is to create your ooh, ah factor. The second way is to create the I've heard of you somewhere syndrome. And the third way is focus on networking magic and show up in your communities at least twice a month for name and face recognition. My friends, that's my message. Did you notice how simple it was? Nod your head. Yes, if you noticed how simple it was. Yeah, thank you. Mary, do I get a yes from you? Yes, thank you. Rosie and Teresa, yes, and Colleen. Okay, Mary Beth, do me a favor, put my 3 in the chat, and because Veronica and Teresa are asking for that, and so we'll just repeat them for you actually in the chat so you can have them, and they are very practical, tactical ways to get your publicity out. So in my message, I'm giving you advice. Did you notice that? Yes? Give me a yes if you notice that. Yes, did you also notice I kept it really simple? I actually gave you literally like probably 20 years of experience in a very simple language, yes? And so that's the point for all of you. And here's the real thing. I want you to give appetizers, not full meals. Okay? What do I mean by that? Don't give them the whole story. You want people to come to you, to talk to you, to engage with you, yes? But you want them to get, here's the big thing, value and benefit. When I wrote Guerrilla Publicity, I actually talked to media across the country, and I asked, what do you love and what do you hate about publicity? Well, I talked to Entrepreneur Magazine, and I talked to Fast Company and the Wall Street Journal and the Atlanta Constitution and all kinds of media, print, radio, TV, podcasts, and blogs. And they didn't agree about everything, but they did agree about 2 things. And that's, write those words down, is to give value and benefit. Value and benefit. That's really a key. Okay? So I think that's an important piece of what we want to do. Now, one of the things I told you to do is to create your ooh, ah factor. Look at the slide. I wrote it down just in case you didn't know how to spell it. In fact, it is so fun to say, at the count of 3, I want you to take yourself off mute. And we're going to say it together to create your ooh, ah factor. You'll look at the slide. You'll say what's on the slide. At the count of 3, please take yourself off mute and let's say this together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Create your ooh, ah factor. Yes, isn't that fun? See, you're giggling. That's what I want. I want you laughing. I want you engaged. And you know what? It's fun. So as you're talking to people, see where their eyes light up, where they're having more fun with your message, right? What's impacting them? Where are they leaning in and paying more attention? What's exciting to them? So listen to that from your clients. Listen to what's sticking, so to speak, for them. And this is called a soundbite. And in creating your ooh, ah factor, you have to use everything you've got. Now, this part's fun because being a woman and Lead Up for Women, guess what? International Women's Day is March 8th. Maybe you could be using that. Maybe you could be using the fact that you're Hispanic or African American or whatever you are. Use all parts of who you are because guess what? Major media exists for everybody. And so use everything you've got. And then you want to look to see how you can use what you have right now for what's going on right now. Like a woman I work with, she's a psychologist, and she works for schools, she works with autistic children, she works in relationships. And when the quarantine hit, I said, "You know what you are now?" She looked at me. I remember on Zoom. She goes, "What? What am I now?" I said, "You are the quarantine Cupid." Well, that story, my friends, got her on WGN in Chicago, Illinois, major terrestrial radio station. That's what they're called, terrestrial radio stations. Isn't that a fun word? Um, Not extraterrestrial, but terrestrial radio stations, which means big one, 50,000 watts and more. And then, that was exciting, and you can imagine what that did for a business. And that's only one thing that happened. Let me tell you, there was a lot more. But from that one interview, she actually got 7 clients, increased her web stats and visits by 38%. Would you like that? Give me a woo woo if you would like that. Come on, woo woo. Yes, thank you. Beautiful. And I want to show you an interior designer I recently worked with. And, we were doing a great story about, she had actually been in the virtual publicity course. She decided she was going to do a great story about how to sell more homes. And well, then COVID happened. And we all know what happened is all of a sudden you got to homeschool your kids. And we had multiple workstations, and the kitchen was busy 24/7, right? And so with that, we did a whole new story about how to make your home COVID friendly. Well, let me just say her real estate business is so busy. She has multiple agents working with her now. She has beautiful commissions coming to her. And a lot of that was due to her increased not only web visits by, actually, she measured 42%. Her phone literally ringing off the hook when different articles would come out or blog posts that picked her up. And I'll show you how to get some of those in just a moment. But how exciting is this, right? And what I want to also demonstrate to you is for all of us, right? And I think this time we've all learned through this wild time we've all been in, the opportunity to pivot. And you have to pivot when you see things going on in the media. So here's what we did. We created a list for you. And this is the right now, like what's going on right now that works for wonderful media. I think take a picture of the screen, whatever you need to do, because these are the good hot topics for what's working right now. Health, mindset, transformation, weight loss, goals, activism, like Black Lives Matter, or one of the women recently in my publicity course, she's Filipino, and I said to her, now she runs a digital marketing agency, she's 28 years old. I said, I want you to get out there talking about Stop Asian Hate. That's the story that got her additional clients to her digital marketing agency, got her 2 speaking engagements because she wanted to speak more. She was training with Les Brown and wanted to do more speaking. And then, my friends, guess what that all led to? Clients and prospects. So that's the power of publicity. And by the way, it started with something using everything she's got. Notice it wasn't exactly about her agency. Notice the story was not promoting anything like that. It was using everything she's got. So, take that inventory of yourself right now. What could I be talking about? What could I be using that perhaps I haven't used before? Okay, it might be going through breast cancer, and then October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? And so that's important. Alternative healing is working really well. So Veronica, I see quickly your chat. I didn't read it all, but you might fit in that category. Real estate, consulting. If you're a consultant, I don't know if you're reading it, but lots of articles about people quitting their job, and guess what they're becoming? Consultants and other kinds of people in the world. So if you've got anything where people are shifting and changing, and of course money, anything in the area of money, any financial planners or mortgage people, or anything in any kind of wealth accumulation, these are all great topics for right now. Okay, and I'm just going to look in the chat because I saw a few of you chatting in there about some things. And beautiful, Veronica, about, yes, transformation, mindset, alternative healing. That is absolutely what people are talking about, which is why I included it in this. And Helen, beautiful about intergenerational. Wow, that's really interesting. And here's the other thing, Helen, maybe how you could apply this right now is that people are having, kids are having some real issues, a little bit spurred from everything we've been doing, but it could be an interesting way to move into an intergenerational story. And then Veronica about the whole issue around how do you get yourself back, right? After a time when we've all been a bit not only internal, right, literally locked down, but how do we come out again? And I think we're all seeing high levels of anxiety and all kinds of issues that are going on for people. Where any of you have any keys on the transformation, the mindset, the healing, the how to be better, that's just one thing that's really powerful for today. Okay, so I think that's really great ways to go. Great ways to go. And then when we do a little bit more of the hot seat, we can play with that even more. So I want to give you some fun visibility building activities, things you can do that will help you grow your PR and grow it right now. One is you're doing it right now, and pat yourself on your back. Come on, pat yourself on your back. You are networking in your community, in Lead Up for Women, a wonderful place to network and build relationships. You're doing that right now. And then I want you to follow reporters on social media in your genre. And the way you can find them is you can sign up for Google Alerts, put in your full name as well as a topic that you speak on and or work with people on and or consult on, right? Just maybe one keyword. And then go to nationaldaycalendar.com, and they have great holidays that you can fit into. So for instance, I was working with an organizer, and there is National Organizing Month. We created a new holiday, put it into nationaldaycalendar.com, and we called it Find Your Desk Day. Is it just me, or does anybody else have this problem, right? Okay, I also want you going through iTunes and looking for podcasts that can help promote. So if you're in business, you want business podcasts. If you're in alternative healing or spiritual work or transformational, maybe you want personal development podcasts. And Blog Talk Radio is another great place where lots of people need great people just like you. I also want you to go to helpareporter.com. It's completely free. Sign up and start looking for wonderful media that wants you right now. So a financial planner I was working with recently answered one blog post from helpareporter.com and grew his business literally from that blog post. He got he actually got 7 prospects, turned into 5 clients. Yay, yay. Come on, who wants some of that? Yeah? Give me a shake, rattle, and roll if you want some of that. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. And Helen, are you asking for the U.S., I think is, or for us? But if you're talking about the U.S., most of those actual will work for all of you. Yes, Helen, it will all work for you too. Absolutely. Being in Canada, and I have lots of international clients, and all through North America in particular, what I gave you absolutely works. I want to show you a great example of Ryan. This is Ryan came to me, and I have to tell you, he said, Jill, I want publicity. And he actually had no clients. He was actually building a new business, transitioning into a new business. And he understood the value and the power of publicity to build prospects and trust and get known and have sales, right? And credibility and visibility. And I said, and when he told me he was an instructional designer, I have to tell you, I'm like, no offense, Ryan, I have no idea what that is. And then he told me what it was, and I'm like, well, it's boring. Let's recreate your message. Tell me your story. And see, God has given me a great talent, and that is the ability to translate people's stories. Ryan told me that he'd been downsized from a corporate job. I'm like, oh, you mean fired? He said, yes. He said at that time his wife was pregnant with their 3rd child on the way, and he had just bought a big house. Okay, now I'm like thinking, oh, this isn't good news. Here he's got no job, a 3rd child on the way, and a big mortgage payment. I'm like, Ryan, what'd you do? He said, well, I started my own company, and literally online within 24 hours, he had 7 people doing instructional design. I thought, well, now that's interesting. So I made Ryan into what I call a virtual office warrior. Do me a favor, put in the chat, what's the acronym for virtual office warrior? Put it in the chat. Virtual office warrior. What's the acronym? Wow, Veronica, woo! 3 cheers for you. Colleen, yes. Tiffany, yes. And in fact, Helen, thank you. Mary, yes. Ryan took a vow never to work in an office again. Look at the front cover of the San Francisco Business Times. By the way, who'd like to be on the front cover of any national business publication? Would that be good for you? Come on, raise your hand. Let me see. Yes, it would be. And look at the headline. When fired, you too can vow never to work in an office again. They actually used our headline. In fact, these are the magazines that Ryan got into, and look at the rest. Check this out. Ryan's PR result, he was literally featured in major national magazines, radio, newspapers, major media. His business revenues increased 40% using publicity marketing strategies, and using everything he's got. Ryan is Chinese, and literally we translated an article into the Chinese Times, and one article, my friends, resulted in $7,000 worth of consulting income. Woo woo, yes. Would that help you? Shake, rattle, and roll. Yes, yes, beautiful. Literally, that helped launch his business from zero to a thriving consulting business using the power of PR. I want to show you how we did it for the Profit of Kindness. This is my latest book called The Profit of Kindness, and Colleen mentioned I run an intentional kindness community. Well, as much as I'd love to tell you I got a lot of PR, which I did, you can see I've been on 7 major Fox TV interviews in the first 8 days, 75 radio and podcast and counting, Inc. magazine twice and Forbes twice. And look at the slide, and the bottom third is a third of some of the media we got. But I'm going to tell you something. Here's the secret. It wasn't because Jill's got a book out. It's because I pushed the right button. In fact, do me a favor right now. Take your finger and put it into the camera button as if you're pushing the right button. Push the right button. Yes. I want you to push the right button when it comes to media. And the right button for the United States is the divided states of America. That was the story that actually got so much media, including, Helen, by the way, I think you're the one from Canada, including CBC. Yes, CBC Radio, because they wanted to talk about that. Canadian Broadcasting, for those of you who don't know. And anyway, this all happened because of pushing the right button, finding the right message, which as I'm doing this, I'm hoping your mind's expanding to see how can I fit into the news. So God planted a seed in my heart, and that was to do circles of kindness and an intentional kindness community. And in fact, we are doing that right now, where we come together every single month in 1 hour and we help each other with kindness. So I'd love to invite you. It'll grow your business with referrals and an amazing way to be in a beautiful community. We're about 200 strong now, of people focusing on conscious acts of kindness. And how you join, it's in the chat. You go to jilllublin.com/year of kindness. Would love to have you. Thank you, Teresa. We're excited to have you. We got one coming right up. So look forward to you joining. Excellent. So these are some of the things that came out from kindness, and I'm going to tell you how I found out. For example, those of you who are in the Year of Kindness, you're going to be invited as my guest to the Kindness Summit in November. You know how I found out that November 13th is World Kindness Day is because I went to Google Alerts, put in the word kindness, and found out all of that. Went to nationalcalendarday.com and found out that November is the World Kindness Day, right? So that's why I showed you on that slide some great ways that you can find out what are the holidays that are wonderful for you. So great things to do, simple and easy. And hey, guess what? Highly cost effective, meaning free. Okay, let's show you something else here. And that is with, let's skip this for a while because I want to work with them in just a moment. I want to show you what Entrepreneur Magazine said, because who's an entrepreneur here? Who's an entrepreneur? Let me see. Yes, absolutely. Well, I interviewed Entrepreneur Magazine for Guerrilla Publicity, and you can read the slide, but I want you to look at the last two bullet points, which is the June issue of Entrepreneur Magazine. The production deadline is March. The June issue of Entrepreneur Magazine, the writer's deadline is January 15th. Now do me a favor, I'm going to look at you on the screen, because, or actually, you know what, maybe even better, post in the chat, how much in advance should you be thinking about your PR? Who remembers? Go ahead, post it in the chat. 6 months, Helen, absolutely, yes. 3, 6, and 9 months, thank you, Veronica, yes. Colleen, absolutely, 30, 60, 90 days ahead, yes. And, well, I like to actually say 3, 6, and 9 months ahead, because magazines in particular, like Entrepreneur, look at right there, it's pure evidence that they are planning 90 days ahead, 6 months ahead. So yay on that. Great job, everyone. And my friends, no matter what the media asks you, nod your head up and down, please. Go ahead, nod your head up and down. Yes, thank you. You're going to just say yes. Whatever the media asks you, you're going to just say yes. So that's really important. Now, I told you I want to come work with you, and just for a moment, I want to actually invite you to continue to have me support you in getting your publicity out there, and like to take just a moment and tell you about my virtual publicity course, which actually Colleen has taken. It's a one-day virtual live interactive course. We're going to be in a small group, and you're going to be having 3 documents that are actually done. Like, we're not just talking about it. We're getting it done in the course. And on top of that, I'm going to give you a system that you can use to replicate with any project you're working on, anytime, anywhere. In fact, you're going to have a 30, 60, and 90-day system, so you don't have to think about this anymore. You're just going to be able to get your publicity done quickly, easily, effectively, and simply. And frankly, let me just tell you, I'm going to spill all the secrets that most people will never tell you. Because I actually owned a PR agency for 7 years, I know how to get this stuff done and circumvent and shortcut and save you time, energy, and money. We're going to do it all in the live publicity crash course. And so here's the super good news, and I'll just tell you, this course used to be over $1,000. It was actually $1,297 pre-pandemic, and because I frankly don't have to pay hotel rooms or flights anymore, any of that fun stuff, I am going to pass my great savings on to you. And the investment now in I call it my recovery price for all of you, is $197. $197. And so how you register, and we're going to put that in the chat, is go to publicitycrashcourse.com and use the promo code Stay Visible. It's all lowercase, publicitycrashcourse.com. Use the code Stay Visible. And we've got multiple dates to choose from. And if for whatever reason that doesn't work, register for one, and we'll get you in whatever one that works for you. Because what I know is the power of publicity is going to take your message and frankly get you seen and heard in the way that all of you deserve. Next steps, plus prospects and clients and sales, my friends. Your message deserves it, and so do you. Now, what I'd love to do is come back and ask for you to come forth, and we can practice your message. And by the way, you also have on the screen, if you want to talk to me in any other way, please feel free. I'm going to give you a 20-minute, because you're my lead up sisters. If you need a call with me, please jump on my schedule. And we do have the links in the chat. Mary Beth, you might want to chat to anybody who's having issues that they're saying in the chat. Please, we can help them out. That'd be great. And let's come on back to all of you, and let's bring you back to gallery view. And I would love you, raise your hand. I think I saw in the beginning. Oh, and thank you, Colleen, for your very kind comments in the chat. I really appreciate that. It's such a pleasure working with you. And I remember I saw Monica's hand up in the beginning, and I think there was somebody else. I think Mary, you wanted to talk to. Now, here's the thing. I would love you to come in. You can ask questions if you need to. If you just have a question on anything we talked about, feel free. And those of you who I don't see, you can raise your hand in the chat. You can also raise your hand in the Hollywood Square. If you'd like me to practice with you, your message, or you go, Jill, I have no idea how to do my message. Now is your moment, my friends. Now is your moment. I like to say better me than Oprah, right? Because I want you ready for Oprah, even though, you know, I know she doesn't have the major show, but she's got all kinds of other things cooking, and so does your local ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox TV, local radio affiliates and TV. And I want you in blogs and podcasts. I want you all over the media, and you doing it in a way that gets you out there, simple and easy. Okay. Let's see. Monica, did you want to come in and practice a little bit? I know your hand was raised initially. Would that be okay with you? And you have to unmute yourself. Yes, come on, unmute yourself and play with Jill. Come play in my sandbox, because then you get to spread your beautiful particles and sand all over the world, all over your communities, all over your peeps. Who wants to play? Come on, raise your hand. Monica?
Okay. For me, it's more of serving the seniors in the community. So it's how to be careful putting out the word. It may not appear in all the social media because of some rules which stop us to go any further anyway. But otherwise, it is attracting the children to. When we grow old, it is we lean on the children, so they take decisions. So my message go to the children who have their parents or mama or dad or a relative coming from the rehab going home, and needs our caregivers to go and help them. So. Or somebody coming from the hospital going home, this is a senior or older adult going home, is not able to bathe. This is entirely personal care. So you cannot bathe, you cannot fix your meals, you cannot move from bed to chair, you cannot, so we have to have the caregiver or nursing assistant to do that. So that's, but in most cases, it is the children to take a decision. Children of my age, taking care of my mama.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Monica, let me just ask you just to be an eagle with me for a moment and give me in one sentence, what's your business?
This is an in-home care agency.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I've worked with multiple actually in-home care agencies, and one story that I remember, you know, you probably remember this too, was when there was some gentleman who actually had a major problem that got caught on camera. So one of the things I had the person who owned the home healthcare agency, and I think this is an interesting thing for you too, is one issue of things to watch out for. Okay, so that's one story, right? How to find a great home health care person, because let's face it, we all need some criteria, right? So you want to do that, and I like the story of what to watch out for, what to be cautious of, right? And then the other thing, Monica, that might be interesting is important warning signs that your loved one needs help. You know, and I think that could be interesting, because I think a lot of people don't really maybe hire someone too late. You know, I know my dear friend who's 87 years old. We've been trying to get her help for almost 10 years, honestly. And it wasn't until she really became more and more worse, frankly, that she finally succumbed. But truthfully, actually, we did get home health care for her early, or much earlier, because we were watching for the signs, right?
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
I
it
think
is always safety. It is looking for safety.
yes,
So
exactly.
sometimes when the safety, you need somebody in the house so that if somebody's for risk, you don't want this person to fall down and is on the floor until the children come from other state or maybe they have not put other measures to alert the alarms or something. Or some people cannot cook. They may want to have this like modern microwave, and then pressing it like this, somebody overcook, or maybe putting on the stove. So they are really vulnerable and they need somebody with them at home.
Absolutely. So Monica, this is part of your story. So the message is about safety, about caring for your loved ones, about warning signs to watch out for. See, these are all hooks, right? And actually, even in your marketing, and by the way, everything I'm talking about here today in media can be used in your marketing messages. Remember, can be used in your prospecting, can be used when you talk to your clients or potential clients. Please use all these messages that we're coming up with, right?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I think we cued into some good ones there for you.
Thanks.
Oh, you're so welcome. My pleasure. Who else? I think, Mary, you had your hand up initially. Is there something, how can I help you?
It's good to see you again, Jill.
Thank you. You too.
It's been a lot of years since I last saw you.
We're all getting younger, aren't we?
Always. I am still doing accounting, cash flow strategy. I think when I met you, I was known as the cash flow strategist. And I have moved more into CFO work, cash flow, helping business owners to understand how to align their vision with their financials so that they can actually have a system, develop a system so that they can track all that and achieve their goals. In the meantime, in the last few years, I appreciate Monica. I became my mom's caregiver, and she turned 97 2 weeks ago. So I appreciate you, Monica. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I am trying to also rebuild my business because last year I had some clients who shut down their businesses, and some just retired, some were shut down. So I'm just sort of like rebuilding again. But I'm also having to stay here with my mother, so I'm working virtually. And now that the world is trying to open up, Los Angeles is not exactly opening up at the moment. I'm not actually getting out to network with people out in the open. So I'm trying to meet people virtually. And so coming back to what you do with the PR work, I'm not so sure I'm that outgoing. So don't know if you have some advice.
Yeah, thank you. And I work a lot with introverts, I'll call them, and maybe you're not quite that, but so first of all, here's the good news. Like Colleen's beautiful community here, we're able to do virtual networking, right? There are a lot still of virtual networking opportunities, so I want to encourage you to keep doing that and keep yourself out there. The other thing, Mary, you can do is write articles. And I can't remember, have you actually been in my publicity course? Was it a while ago, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mary Beth, let her know how she can come back as an alumni, please. And I want to remind you that there are so many great ways, one of which, as a person maybe who doesn't want to do as many interviews, no worries, you can write articles. Get them posted on, other places, and we go through that in the course again for you. And so that might be a great way for you to get out there. I mean, and the good news is most podcasts are, honestly, every form of media is actually on Zoom now. I did a huge ABC TV in Dallas, Texas. So no worries, everything's on Zoom. You're looking good on Zoom. I may do some things that have you look even better, like just a little more light. And for all of you, and Colleen, you remember, right? My first thing we did at the publicity course is I looked, how's your lighting? How's your face? How's your, Helen, I want you to come forth just a little bit because you got a lot of light behind you. Yeah, exactly. And Joyce, you're a little far. I want to feel you more, right? So just, certain things. Yeah, Joyce, that even.
My window's open. I usually close the curtain. So
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, and that might be good too. because
Yeah.
it will help your face come closer. Monica,
Mhm.
you too. I'm seeing more your, I think those are diplomas than you. You know what I'm saying? Or your awards up there. I want to see you. We want to feel you. Tiffany, thank you for coming on camera. Yay. Yes, we want to feel you for all of you. So these are the things that actually help. They're small things but big things. And then people feel your energy and they want to engage with you, right? And no matter what you do. And I think how you show up on Zoom is part of the PR. It is. Yes, and so what I love about the power of Zoom. You don't have to go anywhere, Mary. I think it's kind of good news. As a person who traveled a lot, I'm loving this opportunity to be with all of you from all parts of the world and all parts of this North America and wherever else you're listening from. Hey, guess what? Here we are, connected together. So I think that's really precious. I hope that helped a little bit for some good things that you can do quickly. And I want to make sure that we have time for Colleen to let you know some other things, and happy to help if you have any other questions. I mentioned we have a scheduling link. Would love to see you in the publicity course. I know it will make a huge difference for you, and excited to have you joining us for the Year of Kindness, because my friends, I want you and your star to rise. And I want to remind you that your message matters. Point yourself, please, and say, my message matters. Take yourself off mute at the count of 3, and we're going to say it together. My message matters. Are you ready?
Message matters.
1,
Ready.
2, 3.
My
My
message
message
matters.
matters.
Yes. And all those listening, your message matters. So glad to be here. And thank you, Colleen.
Oh, you're so welcome, Jill. Was she not amazing? My gosh, Jill, thank you so much for bringing all of your goodness to us today, and your guidance on what we can do to have more clarity on our message and what we can do to get out there to make an impact. That's why we're all doing what we're doing, right? We are purposefully driven entrepreneurs to make an impact in the world. And the way that we do that is by being seen, being visible, being heard. And this is another way that we can do that. So Jill, thank you so much for bringing that forward. And I'm going to highly recommend to all of you that you definitely take Jill up on her. She gave you about 7 websites. I know, because I was feverishly writing some of them down again. We all get busy in our world, but what matters the most when you're trying to build and scale your business is visibility. It's really what matters the most. So take the time to go to those websites, take the time to make the contribution, take the time to join the kindness circle, take the time to learn more about PR. It was a fun day. It was a full day. I did it, here in my office, and it was a break for me to work on my business and a break for me to do the things that I needed to do to expand my business in 2021 when I took it in 2020. So take advantage of that because she's reduced the price for all of us. And I love that. So again, Jill, thank you so much for being here today. And I just want to remind each one of you that we have some events coming up that you're going to want to check out. The first one is our 3-day event, the LEAP event, which stands for Lead with Enhanced Acceleration to Reach Your Peak Potential. So we still have tickets left for that event, August 11th through the 13th. I dropped the link into the chat for all of you to check out. That is the first business conference that I'm teaching since coming out of corporate America to be an entrepreneur in this millionaire playground. It's something I've always dreamed of doing. Very excited to be able to have the opportunity to do a 3-day event and bring all of the skill sets and knowledge that I learned over the past 20 years to you to be able to build your businesses. So 3 full days of doing that. I'm excited to bring that to you. Again, the link is in the chat. And next Tuesday, we're going to be hearing from Rebecca Easton. She's been a member of Lead Up from the very beginning. I think she joined in month 2 in 2019 when we launched. And she's going to be talking about estate planning for the professional woman. So she's going to do this a little bit different. We've had estate planners on here before, but she's focusing on the professional woman. So this is going to be a little different than what you've done in the past. She's helped me with a lot of my estate planning and things that I've done in my past. So she will be teaching us in our next Teaching Tuesday. I will go grab that link very quickly for all of you so that you have that and you can go ahead and register. Of course, we're going to send you a newsletter for that. That will also be available. And I think that is about all I had for announcements today. And I just wanted to open up to see if anyone had any last minute questions for Jill or myself before we go ahead and sign off. Just checking. Okay, great. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be sending you an email that you can give us a survey and let us know how we're doing. And we want to appreciate you again. Please provide us feedback because we want to know how we're doing and how we can better serve you always. So Jill, thank you again today for being with us. And ladies, have a wonderful rest of your week and have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.